Picture this. You're at a cosmic dance party, and all the planets are showing off their best moves. Earth is doing a steady spin, Mars is grooving to its own rhythm, and then there's Uranus, breakdancing on its side. That's right, folks. Uranus is the rebel of our solar system, the planet that decided to flip the script, quite literally. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery of why Uranus spins so uniquely, and trust me, it's going to be a wild ride. So buckle up, space cadets, because things are about to get tilted. First things first, let's talk about Uranus's bizarre orientation. While most planets spin upright like a top, Uranus is practically lying on its side. Its axis of rotation is tilted by 97.77 degrees relative to its orbit around the Sun. To put that in perspective, imagine if Earth suddenly decided to roll on its side like a lazy dog. Our seasons would go bonkers and beach vacations would become a lot more interesting. But why is Uranus so dramatically tilted? Well, astronomers have been scratching their heads over this cosmic conundrum for centuries. The leading theory? Uranus got knocked over by a massive impact early in its life. Imagine a celestial game of bowling with Uranus as the unfortunate pin. Something big, we're talking at least twice the mass of Earth, came hurtling through space and bam! Uranus was sent spinning like a drunk ballerina. Now you might be thinking, couldn't Uranus just right itself after a while? Well, my curious friend, that's where things get even weirder. You see, Uranus is what we call an ice giant. It's mostly composed of ices like water, ammonia, and methane, with a rocky core. This composition gives Uranus a more uniform density compared to gas giants like Jupiter or Saturn. And because of this uniform density, once Uranus was knocked over, it pretty much stayed that way. It's like trying to write a perfectly balanced egg. It's just going to keep rolling. But wait, there's more! Uranus's unique spin has some pretty wild consequences. For starters, its seasons are absolutely bonkers. Each pole faces the sun for 42 years straight, then plunges into darkness for another 42 years. Imagine having a summer that lasts half a century, followed by a winter of equal length. Talk about extreme weather patterns. And speaking of weather, Uranus's atmosphere is a chaotic mess thanks to its tilt. The planet experiences intense seasonal variations in solar energy input. This leads to some of the most extreme and unpredictable weather in the solar system. We're talking supersonic winds and massive storms that would make Earth's hurricanes look like gentle breezes. But Uranus isn't content with just being a weirdo itself, it's dragged its moons into the chaos too. Because of the planet's tilt, its moons orbit around Uranus's equator, which from our perspective looks like they're going up and down. It's as if these poor moons are stuck on some cosmic Ferris wheel, eternally rising and setting. And you thought your family dynamics were complicated. Now let's talk about Uranus's magnetic field because, surprise, surprise, it's weird too. On Earth, our magnetic field is roughly aligned with our rotation axis. But Uranus? Nah, that's too mainstream. Its magnetic field is tilted by 59 degrees from its axis of rotation and offset from the center of the planet. It's like Uranus looked at a compass and said, "You're not the boss of me!" This misaligned magnetic field creates a lopsided magnetosphere that flips open and closed like a cosmic light switch as the planet rotates. Imagine trying to navigate with a GPS that keeps changing its mind about where north is. That's basically what any hypothetical Uranian spacecraft would have to deal with. But here's where things get really interesting. Some scientists think that Uranus's current tilt might not be the result of just one big impact. Instead, it could be the cumulative effect of multiple smaller impacts over time. It's like Uranus has been in a cosmic mosh pit, getting jostled and bumped until it ended up in its current orientation. And get this, Uranus might not be done tilting. Some models suggest that its axis of rotation is still shifting, albeit very slowly. We're talking changes over millions of years, so don't expect to see any dramatic flips in your lifetime. But it does mean that Uranus is still dancing to its own unique rhythm in the grand cosmic ballet. Now you might be wondering, why should I care about a tilted ice giant billions of kilometers away? Well, my space-savvy friend, understanding Uranus helps us understand planetary formation and evolution in general. It's like piecing together a cosmic jigsaw puzzle. Every weird tilted piece helps complete the bigger picture. Plus, studying Uranus's unique properties could help us identify and understand similar exoplanets in other solar systems. Imagine discovering a whole class of tilted, wobbly planets out there in the universe. We could call them the Uranus Club, exclusive membership for planets that like to do things differently. But perhaps the most compelling reason to care about Uranus's tilt is simply this: it's awesome. In a universe that often seems orderly and predictable, Uranus reminds us that nature can be wonderfully weird. It's a cosmic rebel, a planetary misfit that dares to spin differently. And in doing so, it makes our solar system a more diverse and interesting place. So the next time you look up at the night sky, spare a thought for Uranus. It might be too faint to see with the naked eye, but it's out there, spinning on its side, flipping its magnetic field, and generally being the most eccentric planet in our cosmic neighborhood. Uranus is proof that even in the vast, cold expanse of space, there's room for a little quirkiness. And who knows, maybe we could all take a lesson from Uranus. Sometimes the most interesting path is the one that goes sideways. In conclusion, what makes Uranus spin so uniquely is a combination of factors: a possible ancient impact, its ice giant composition, and the ongoing dance of celestial mechanics. It's a planet that breaks all the rules, challenges our understanding, and keeps scientists on their toes. Uranus might be tilted, but it stands tall in its uniqueness. So here's to Uranus, the coolest weirdo in our solar system. May it keep on spinning to its own beat, reminding us that in space, as in life, it's okay to be a little off-kilter. After all, in a universe full of conformity, sometimes it pays to flip things on their head, or in this case, on their side. Keep spinning, Uranus. You do you.